What's going on, guys? So today's video, man, I am pumped. I am amped. I have a lot of energies, and some of you guys are asking, have you had anything that has caffeine? A coffee, a diet soda, an energy shot? And to answer all those three questions, the answer is no. I just really want to bring you guys, be very energetic, be pumped, and just really be excited for this one, because this top three has never been done before. Now, some of you guys are also going to ask, what kind of top three, top five, top 10, top whatever hasn't been done before? Because it is getting hard to be creative when it comes to these. But a couple months ago, I did a top 3 plum fragrances, and you guys really liked that one, and I'm really grateful. And it really got me inspired to try to be a little bit more creative when it comes to these top 3s, these top 5s type of video. And today I'm going to give to you my top 3 rhubarb fragrances. So rhubarb is not a common note, and it's not exactly used all that much. It's not like your tonka bean and your citruses type of thing. But when I was younger, I used to eat rhubarb, believe it or not. My parents used to grow it in the backyard, and it was like a root, maybe a fruit, hell, I don't know. But it's probably more so a root. And what I would do is that, what they would do is they would cut up the rhubarb, and I would have it with sugar. So I would just kind of grind it against the sugar bowl and eat it like that. It was very bitter, and that's what rhubarb is. It has like a bitter, tart, if you will, type of scent, but also the taste itself. But the first fragrance is going to be from a house that I'm really starting to get into. Last year when I reviewed this one, I did not give it a very positive review, but I really have changed my mind when it comes to this scent, and this is Vince Camuto's Terra. So last year, this actually came out last year in 2017, and I did give it a poor review because of the longevity. The longevity is still not the best. I get 3 to 4 hours. The smell itself is great. It just smells so damn good with that rhubarb note, the vanilla, the tonka bean, the citruses, and the woods. Great scent. It does have a bit of a sensuality, if you will. This is a very versatile fragrance. You can wear this pretty much from how I'm dressed now to something formal. Semi-formal, like super black tie, something super formal. Maybe not so much, but definitely semi-formal. The smell is great. This is definitely going to get you compliments. If you do a little, if you're a little bit liberal on the sprayer, you do have to mind your applications, because it can be a little bit strong with that vanilla itself and the rhubarb note. But the two notes itself really does make this scent a little interesting, a little sexy, and a little mysterious. Scent number dos. This is not a bottle. I ended up actually getting a travel spray because, well, I have way too many bottles in my collection to begin with, and I really did not need this one. But this is actually a really solid scent. It's from the house of Hugo Boss, and this is Hugo Boss Hugo Red. And because I only have a travel spray, let's see a picture as to what the bottle looks like, and then I'm going to talk about this one a little bit more. Now with Hugo Red, you do get a very prominent rhubarb, but you also get some metallic notes, some pineapple, some pink pepper, some amber, tonka bean, and woods. This rhubarb itself is definitely a lot more tart than this one. This one is a little bit more toned down, while this one is definitely more tart, more sour. It really smells nice. There's like a creaminess to it. Now, this really is a really good scent. It is a little bit under the radar. A lot of people will kind of look away when it comes to Hugo Boss, and I can understand why. They do produce some good scents, some meh scents, and some total what were they thinking type of thing. But a lot of their releases as of the last couple of years were kind of redundant. We're really kind of don't need to smell those because they'll just smell the same. This does smell a little bit different, and it does smell good. This is a great springtime scent, and when it comes to your rhubarb fragrances, you can wear them pretty much for the fall, spring, and sometimes the summer, depending on the temperature of the day. But this one really is a great scent. I find it's one of the better ones from Hugo Boss. And again, the rhubarb is a little bit more tart, a little bit more sour than this one here. And the third and final fragrance in this video is going to be from a house that really does get looked over. I find they produce some alright scents. Some fragrances are really bad, but a lot of the guys in the community just kind of like look them over for a reason. This one really gets looked over much more than Hugo Boss, but what put this company back on the map a few years ago was the Icon series. Dunhill. So Dunhill does get looked over, but this fragrance here is actually kind of solid. This is Dunhill's N51.3. So you do have a very prominent rhubarb note, but you also get vanilla, woods, different peppers, and lavenders. This rhubarb here is pretty tart, but it's not even close to this one. This here, out of all three, is the most tart fragrance, while this one here is a little bit of a lighter, fresher fragrance. This is the most freshest one out of the bunch here, but it is a solid scent. It's the most casual fragrance. I would not wear this to anything that's formal or even just suit and tie unless you work in an office. This is the safest blind buy out of all three of these fragrances as well, but this one here is also the cheapest. This is only going to cost you about 20 USD compared to everything else. So if you guys are asking me which one is my favorite out of the three, it's probably going to surprise you. Certainly surprising me, but it's Camuto's Teta. Now again, I did shit on this one last year when I reviewed it. This is the only rhubarb fragrance that I have reviewed out of these three scents, but yeah, it really smells good with that vanilla and the citruses. The tonka bean is also pretty prominent, but the longevity, again, is crap. The scent itself smells great, and I have no problems reapplying with a little bit of decant every few hours. But also, this is the most versatile one, but also at the same time the most expensive one just because of the name itself. So guys, that is my top 3 rhubarb fragrances. Hopefully you liked this video, that it was something a little bit different, and that you liked the energy. Man, can you imagine if I took a 5-hour energy shot? I'd probably be bouncing off the walls. So guys, which one is your favorite from these 3? If you like the note of rhubarb, let me know down below. So gentlemen, thank you for your time. Take care, and we'll see you later.